And our first question will be from Antoine Staley from Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, Jammie, nice to meet you. What was it about Florida State that stuck out and made the decision, factored into your decision to come in here?
Well, the first day that I hit the portal, Coach Wilson, Coach Norvell, and Coach Fuller, they all had hit my phone. And at the time, I really wasn't as interested. But then as the days went on, they kept calling, showing that they had interest in me. And that's what type of guy I am. I'm very big on, loyalty. So once I first hit the portal and they just kept hitting my phone and calling me and checking in on me and talking to me and stuff, that just kept the relationship building, and it just went from there.
Next question will be Chris Meade from Noles 247.
Good afternoon, Jammie. What is it about what FSU wants to do with you in the secondary that was appealing to you as a player looking for a new home?
Well, I think Coach Fuller, they said we were going to play full nickel the whole game, and just them scheming around me, trying to, put me at nickel and run nickel pretty much most of the whole game. That shows a lot and show how important that I am to the defense.
Next question will be Aslan Hazavandi from Warchant.
Jammie, just how different was it being an 18-year-old and deciding where you wanted to go to college, top fives, visiting, tweeting, and then being 20 or 21 years old and then trying to figure out where you wanted to go next? Just how different of a sort of young man are you, and did your sort of values or the things you prioritize kind of change 2 years actually being a college football player and seeing how everything works?
Well, I'm 19 right now, but I turned 20 this weekend actually. But just high school was different, you had the little hype or whatever, and everybody was excited. And just recently, I didn't really expect just having to hit the portal and redo the recruiting process over again. So it's kind of I'm matured. I have matured more, and I knew around this time that it was just straight business. So wherever, I knew how to talk to coaches, I knew how to understand where coaches were coming from, and I just grew up, and it all just fell in place for me. And I feel like I chose the right school to attend this year.
Next will be Ira Schofel from Warchant. We'll go to Antoine Staley from Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, Jammie, just talk about what do you feel like you do well, just kind of the type of player that Florida State's getting with yourself.
Well, I feel like that I'll be number one. I think I'll be the most physical nickel that y'all have ever seen at the University of Florida. At Florida State University. I'm sorry, and I feel like I can play in the box. I can cover. You can move me back to safety. I can play free. I just feel like I'm very interchangeable and can do a lot of things different than any other guy in the nation.
All right, we'll go back to Ira. All right, next will be Gene Williams from Warchant.
Hey, Jammie, I want to ask you, how much did you and Keir kind of touch base before coming over? Was that an impact on you that he was also coming to Florida State? Were you guys friends at South Carolina?
Oh yeah, Keir, that's my dog. We actually call him Pop. When I first got to South Carolina, we started calling him Pop. But as soon as I hit the portal, Coach Norvell, them, like I told y'all earlier, that they was on me, hitting me up and stuff. And then once I think Keir hit it a couple of days after that, after I hit it, and Norvell, they was asking me how I feel about Keir, and I was just telling them straight up, that's a dog, and I played with him, and I know how he attacked every day. And I think that Sunday, me and him, we talked on the phone and stuff, and he was telling me that he was coming here, and I also told him that I was coming here as well. So it was just it happened like that. We both felt like this was the best place for both of us.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
You talked about how quickly kind of the FSU coaching staff reached out and how persistent they were in kind of showing interest. That's something we've heard with a lot of these guys coming in now. I guess how much of a difference does that make for you? I mean, making you, I'm sure, feel wanted, and them just saying about how important they think you are to what they're building here.
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
Just how quickly and how much they kind of showed interest to you shortly after you entered the portal. How much of a difference it seems like did that make with you? Just because, I mean, I know you said you kind of weren't thinking about FSU at first and obviously changed your tune.
I mean, it showed that Florida State got like a family bond. I feel like when I was talking with Coach Fuller, one thing that stood out, he told me, he was like, he feel like the guys should go home with each other and watch film and stuff like that. That's important because at the end of the day, you got to be around your brothers and y'all gotta put in like numerous hours off the field, not just on the field. And I feel like me coming here and getting around the guys and just hanging out and just creating a bond, like that's the most important thing, like having like a bond and like having like a family vibe. And I feel like here, that's what it is. And that's what I love that.
Actually, Austin Cox from Tomahawk Nation.
Hey, Jammie, welcome to Tallahassee. On Friday, McKenzie and Jermaine both talked about the history and tradition of Florida State being a factor in their decision. How much did that play into your decision to transfer to FSU?
Well, I mean, I really didn't look at it like that, but you can look at it like that because you do have some incredible players that came from here that played like DB. Like you got Dion, you got Darren James, Jalen Ramsey. It's a lot of guys that have came through here, and I really haven't like looked at that, but I looked at it. You don't even have to look at it because it's gonna speak for itself if you're looking at the league and you're looking at the league and you see the DBs that Florida State has put out. And another thing, I actually was a Florida State fan. I think back like in like 2012, 2013, around that time, and like I never expected me to come here and play, but like I said, it just something happened and some good happened. I'm glad to be here.
Next will be Pat Burnham from the Osceola.
Hey, welcome to Tallahassee. Just one quick question. Obviously, you were a highly productive player in your 2 years at South Carolina. How crazy was your time in the portal as far as hearing from a number of schools and coaches? What was that like?
I mean, I didn't really hear from lots of schools, but I heard from a couple. And I just – like I had an option to stay in the SEC and stuff like that, but I felt like me coming to the ACC would just better my game and just seeing how like the different level of how can I put this? Basically, like me coming from the SEC and coming to the ACC, I feel like I can thrive over here better and just play with guys that's different, like on a different level, and just come over here and help out with Florida State and help get some wins. That's the most important thing. That's why I chose to come here. I wanted to come here and get some wins and help win the national championship.
We'll go back to Kurt from the Democrat.
You talked about Kier a little bit and how y'all both ended up here in that process. I guess how would you explain how he is, his skill set, how he is as a player?
Kier, people might try to say he's undersized, but I feel like he's not undersized because he's fast. He's very, very strong. And, like, his drive for the game is unbelievable because, like, when I remember it was in, like, just workouts in South Carolina, just, like, his leadership, how he attacked every day, that just stand out to me because, like, I'm kind of undersized at my position, and I feel like we both have that dog in us where, like, we're not gonna let you beat us one-on-one. Basically, that's how I feel like Kier is. Like he's just got a dog in him. You can't coach that.
Next will be Bob Bronte from the Osceola.
Hey, Jammie, appreciate your time. Good to meet you. Maybe a two-part question, if you can. Curious if you know anybody on the current roster, Carter Boatwright, Ryan Fitzgerald, and also you've been in the strength and conditioning program now for a week. What are your early impressions there of what you are doing?
You asked me about Ryan? And what's the other name? I didn't hear the other name.
Carter Boatwright.
Carter Boatwright. Both of them from Mochi, right? Yeah. Like my first day, I haven't really just like been around because I got clear like when did I get clear? Like not that long ago, a couple of days ago. But I only been part of one workout, so I was only able to get in one workout. So I mean, I'll tell y'all about that first workout. My first workout was kind of tough because I came in, we had tour of duty, and that was my first day here. So it was a challenge, but I mean, I had guys around me that just helped me pick me up and help me make it through the workout. But yeah, I feel like Ryan and Boatwright, they both came and welcomed me in, you feel me, with open arms, and I appreciate that.
We'll go back to Aslan for more chance.
Jammie, for you, was it most important to, I don't know, like go onto YouTube and look at games that Florida State had played to kind of see how you would fit in, or was it more about establishing a relationship and kind of being on the same page business-wise, I guess, as you said earlier?
Yeah, one thing that I did do with the schools that were reaching out to me when I was in the portal, I actually got on Zoom with them, and we went through like film, like just seeing how I would fit in the defense. And that was the most important thing to me with everyone I talked to. I wanted to see how I would be used in the defense, how they would scheme around me. And that's one thing that stood out here at Florida State. They, Coach Fuller and Coach Wilson and Norvell, they all did a great job at telling me how I'm going to be used on the defense.
We'll go back to Chris from Noles 247.
Expanding on that a bit, I know you said you expect to play a lot of nickel and that you're interchangeable, but when they were showing you film, what were some of the specific things they were showing you?
Basically, like the weakness of the defense, and basically the weakness was the nickel spot. That's where Coach Fuller was telling me that we need a solid nickel, and they feel like that I can be that solid nickel, and also I can go back and play a free safety, being a boundary safety. Just basically just trying to, put me in ways to make plays, basically. Just better my game.
We'll go back to Aslan for more chance.
This is also kind of new and crazy, the whole transfer portal thing, Jammie. For you, was it kind of like, oh, hey, we can all transfer one time and have instant eligibility? Let me look around and see if there's something better out there. Or did you feel earlier on, I guess, in your career, maybe a desire to branch out and see if there was something else out there for you?
Well, I honestly didn't want to leave, but I just felt like with everything that was going on with COVID, with coaches changing, with just a lot of stuff at the school that I was at before, I just felt like a lot of stuff was going on, and I just didn't want any part of it. So I just had to branch out, find a better home for me and my family, and that's why I chose Florida State, because I feel like that's the best decision for me. And also, home is only like an hour and 40 minutes from here, so that's another plus in me making this decision to come here.
We'll go back to Aslan for a follow-up.
I know you said you haven't been here all that long, but just in terms of the guys that you've been around, have you been able to identify guys that you think are leaders, or guys that, make you feel good about being teammates with, that you think are going to be able to help lead this team and this program to where you guys want it to go?
Well, I've been around a lot of them. I'll name a few. Jarian, we call him BG. Y'all know him as Brandon Grant. Pokey, the receiver, Terry Wilson. Also, I think we did a little PRPs, a little one-on-ones and stuff yesterday. I was just around a couple. I really can't name everyone, but I just was out there getting to know people. I got to get to know my brothers and stuff. But I feel like it's like a brotherhood here, like already, and I haven't really just been a part of everything. Like I only was a part of one workout, like one workout. That was it. I feel like I can count on these guys, and we can get a lot of stuff accomplished here.
He seems like a pretty nice enough guy, Coach Norvell. But like, have you seen him in tour of duty mode yet? Like,
Yes, I have. I told you that was my first day, and it was like he was fired up, and I was almost done, but you know he got me right. You know, it was really fun though, just because that was my first experience, like first workout, and it was tour of duty. So coming in, I didn't expect it to be how it was, and you know, coaches them they all pushed me. You know, came up to me. You know, Coach Norvell actually told me, you know, I put you in here because I feel like I trust in you to make it through, and that's what I did. You know, I followed through it and made it through tour of duty. But I ain't gonna lie, tour of duty was one to remember for my first workout for sure.
All right, Dan. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, we have Kier is here. So if you want to go ahead and get some questions.